Oregon State running back Damien Martinez is considered one of the top players in the transfer portal right now and is probably the top running back. Mario Cristobal is at his house right now. What's going on, Canes fans? Okay. Maybe that was a slight exaggeration. I don't know if Mario Cristobal is literally at Martinez's house at this very moment, but I do know that he was doing an in-home visit tonight, the night that I'm filming this video. And we all know that the Canes recently lost two running backs in the transfer portal, Henry Parrish and Trevante Citizen. And Don Chaney left back in, I think that was November of last year, and he's now at Louisville. And several players in that position group are currently dealing with injuries. We're talking about guys like Fletcher and Allen. And then the rest of them, I like them, but they have very limited snaps in official games up to this point. And I said all of that to say this. It seems like it would be a very wise move for the Canes to bring in an experienced running back to help out in the 2024 season. And it looks like Mario Cristobal is trying to do just that with Damien Martinez. And I know that I'm probably a little late to the party. I mean, there is no probably. I am, because everybody's been talking about Damien Martinez for the last 24 to 48 hours, but understandably so. There are several schools that want him, and we're going to talk about them here in just a moment. But Martinez rushed for 1,185 yards on 194 carries, 9 touchdowns, and also had 11 receptions for 126 yards. That's an average of 6.1 yards per carry. Now, these are his stats from last season, 2023, because this was his second year at the college level in 2023. He's roughly 6 foot, 237 pounds, and he ranked within the top 15 in yards after contact for the 2023 season. So again, he's currently got 2 years of college ball under his belt, and he had 5 official visits set up, but he's actually canceled his visit with Tennessee. So the 4 schools he's currently interested in and scheduled to visit in order are Arizona, Mississippi State, Kentucky, and then Miami. Arizona will be a 2-day visit, and the rest will be a 3-day visit. Now, I'm not going to come on here and make any promises when it comes to Damien Martinez, because the transfer portal is wild. I mean, when you factor in NIL and so many other things, it's really hard to read how these players might be feeling. There's so many factors that play a part here, but there's no denying that Miami is in a great position here if they do want him, and I think it's pretty obvious that they do, given Mario's in-home visit. Now, we might make a little prediction at the end of the video, but you'll have to stick around for that. I do just want to say that Mario Cristobal made a very smart move here when he jumped in to make that quick first impression with the in-home visit. And the reason I say that is because Miami then closes with being his last final official visit. So Mario is there in home, shaking hands, kissing babies. Maybe if he has a younger brother or a sister, I don't know. I don't know what Mario Cristobal does when he works his magic in these visits. He's definitely rocking the loafers, because we know that's always a thing. The loafers get what the loafers want. But as long as one of the other schools doesn't convince him to commit on the spot, given that Miami has that first impression and is his final visit, I kind of feel like the Canes have the upper hand. And bringing in the #1 ranked transfer portal quarterback Cam Ward will absolutely be a great selling point for Mario Cristobal, as well as an O-line that has really been worked on and improved year after year. Honestly, my biggest concern here would probably be Kentucky. I'm not super filled in on what their current running back room looks like, but I do know that they also really want Martinez. Now, luckily, There's not any ties to any of the areas with each school because he's actually from Texas. So it's not like he's going to be wanting to go back and play in front of his home crowd, in front of his family. So that shouldn't play a part in his decision. If I had to come out and make a prediction this early, which again, it's super early, I would like to kind of, get some insight on how his visit went at each school. But I would say that I really do like Miami here. I think there is a very high chance that Miami does land Martinez. I think that it's probably the best fit for him offensively, and Miami can probably offer him the most money. And whether you like that or not, if you want to laugh, if you're an opposing team fan, or you want to moan and complain as a Miami fan because, they're writing so many checks, it's part of it now. It is what it is. Even if Fletcher does end up being ready to go, which he may or may not be. I know there's all sorts of information flying around about Fletcher. I still think Martinez would end up in that rotation because then you're going to have A.J. Allen, and then it's the younger guys. And I am not downplaying Wheatley, Humphrey, Johnson, or Lyle coming in, or any of those dudes. But if Damien Martinez comes in, third year at the college level, rushed for over 1,100 yards last season, averaged 6.1 yards per carry, he will absolutely find himself as 1 or 2. I know there's some big arguments about let's just develop the young talent that we have coming in, but I really think that the staff wants to maximize the opportunity here with Cam Ward and some of the other guys that we have on the squad currently, the one-and-done guys that have one opportunity, and they need a huge 2024. I mean, this is Mario Cristobal's third season. I really kind of look at it as his second because it's his second with the same coordinators, but it doesn't really work like that, right? I mean, he doesn't get a pass for what happened in his first year. He's the one who hired the coordinators and the staff, so it does fall on him. He gets no break or pass at all whatsoever. But they really need to have double-digit wins in 2024 to appease the fans. Fans are getting restless. This thing was already beyond a boiling point, and right now Canes fans are just foaming at the mouth for at least another ACC championship game appearance. So they have to make the most out of this opportunity. So even though some Canes fans are worried about them scaring off some younger talent and accusing Mario of not developing guys, which to be fair, there are some arguments here, but we'll dive into that on another video. That's a topic for another day. They want to bring in veteran guys that are ready to rock, that they think can come in and produce and put up numbers. And again, this Martinez is a guy that's not a one and done. He would have some extra time if he did decide to stay and continue to play at the college level. It would be an option. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on Martinez in the comment section below. Let me know your prediction. If you want to do that, don't feel obligated to. You're not going to curse it or jinx it. I don't believe in any of that nonsense. But I would say that Miami has a very high chance of landing Martinez, honestly. I think that he's going to see that he's a fit. He's going to see that Miami has a blank check, so the money will be right. So I just think as long as no place gets him to commit on the spot and gets him to cancel the rest of his visits, which would be unwise on his part. I'm just saying, even if he doesn't pick Miami, visit all the schools. At least weigh your options. Take the opportunity to, take some trips around, get some free stuff, enjoy yourself. As long as they don't get him to cancel the rest of his visits, if he makes that Miami visit, I think there's a very strong chance that he ends up being a Miami Hurricane. Remember, though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I got to say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. I'll see y'all on the next one. But one little thing I wanted to add, actually, think of this as well. Right now, Martinez is probably the best option at running back in the portal. But we do have to remember that it is only day 2 at the time of filming this. So there might be some other options. There could be even bigger guys potentially that jump in there. I think it would have to happen relatively soon because the big time guys are probably going to jump in early. That way they have plenty of time. The portal's open until the 30th. They have time to, make some visits and really ponder and think about their choices here. But worst case scenario, there might be some other guys that pop in that could even be a better fit for all I know. We won't know because they're not in there yet. But I am high on Martinez. I like the guy. I think it'd be a good fit. We'll see. We'll see.